Great, I'm now recording the call. As I say, good morning everybody. This is Colin Simmons from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. It seems like we're on a quiet call today. We had a late call last night with the CEO of a company that I'm going to talk about today. And that finished around 2 a.m. UK time. So I think that's why it's so quiet at the moment. It looks like people are all jumping on, even though I've already started. So welcome everybody to this morning's Zoom call. As I say, my name is Colin Simmons. I'm from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. Say hello. Who do I have on the call this morning?
Hi Colin, Eugene, South Africa.
Good morning, Eugene from South Africa. Welcome.
Morning, Colin. Duncan from North Wales.
Morning, Duncan from North Wales. That's in the UK. Welcome.
Morning, Colin. Adrian from Edinburgh, UK.
Morning, Adrian from Edinburgh, UK. Welcome, my friend.
So,
Say that again.
Simon from Birmingham.
Ah, welcome, Simon. Another Brummie. People from Birmingham are called Brummies. Welcome, Simon.
Hi, Simon. Linda from Birmingham.
Oh, fantastic. Welcome, Linda from Birmingham.
Hi, Colin. It's Merlin from London.
Good morning to you, Merlin from London, from the capital of the UK. Welcome. Anybody else like to say hi before I get into this presentation?
Hi, Colin. From Burnley.
Oh, say that again.
Hi, Colin. Andy from Burnley.
Hi, Andy. Welcome, Andy from Burnley in the UK, north of the UK.
Yes.
Winnie from Botswana.
Oh, welcome. What was your name from Botswana?
Winnie.
Weenie. Welcome, Weenie from Botswana. Welcome. What time is it in Botswana, Weenie?
Botswana is near South Africa.
What time is it over there now? You're a few hours ahead of us, I believe.
It's only, we share a border with South Africa and Zimbabwe.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the call.
It's about 12 o'clock there.
Thank you, Linda.
Good morning, people. It's 11 o'clock here in Lanarkshire. Good morning, guys.
Welcome, Jim. Welcome. Okay. Thank you for joining me this morning. Let me just put you on mute so let's have a conversation. Okay. Welcome. Thank you for joining me this morning. What I plan to do this morning, it'll take me about 35 minutes. I'd like to run through an opportunity that came my way just short of 4 months ago. It was the end of October, and here we are now in January. So just short of 4 months, I've been involved in this opportunity I'm going to talk to you about. It is like nothing I have seen before in all of my years of online business. Just to give you an idea about myself, I've been involved in multi-level marketing, network marketing, for over 30 years. I have built teams, mainly in the UK, large teams of people, and my goal was always to get people to build teams, help people build people. And obviously, it's not as easy as it looks. Sometimes it works really well, other times it doesn't work at all. That is the nature of network marketing, and that's what I've seen. Over the last 18 months, I've been more involved in the cryptocurrency market, mainly Bitcoin. And again, that's another industry that's been up and down, and currently it's on a down. It's been very, very difficult. Just put someone else on mute again. So it's been very, very difficult. Just under 4 months ago, a good friend of mine who's on the call today, he called me up and said, Colin, I know you're busy, but I need you to stop what you're doing. I need you to have a look at what's landed on my desk. I was intrigued. I said, okay, as it's you, Duncan, tell me more. He said, no, I'm not going to explain this to you. I need you to watch an 8-minute video. How soon can you watch that video? I said, Duncan, send it to me now. I'll watch it right now. So he sent me an email with an 8-minute video. I watched this 8-minute video and I thought, wow, I liked what I saw. And I called Duncan afterwards and said, look, I really liked what you showed me there. The thing is, I know lots of people that are going to like what you just shared with me. If I organise another Zoom call with you and a few people this afternoon, could you share with my friends what you've just shared with me? He said, yes. So that's what we did. I got on the phone to a handful of people, and I quite simply said to them, I have seen a way that I can earn an income instantly online. Would you like to see it? All of them said, yes, I want to see it. When? So I arranged the call for the afternoon. And the bottom line of that phone call, when all it was is people got to see this 8-minute video, is that every person that I invited to see this opportunity said, yes, I'm in. To the point where I donated, and I'll explain all this in more detail in a while, $250 to 2 people when I started. And that same day, from the people that I shared this with, I received a total of $750 in that same day. I was blown away at how simple and how straightforward that worked. And that was like nearly 4 months ago. From then, it's been a whirlwind of growth across the globe. So it's not just a UK thing, it's totally across the globe. As you can see from the call today, we have people from all over the world. So what I want to do now is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to run through a handful of slides. It'll take me about 35 minutes. After that, we'll have a conversation. If anyone's got any other questions, if anything's not clear, feel free to unmute your mic and ask your question. But remember, I've only been involved myself just under 4 months. So if I can't answer it, I'll try and find you the answer. And we have other people on here who may also know the answer. So between us, we should be able to answer almost any question that people have. So if anybody would be good enough to tell me you can see my screen in a second, that would be great. Can anybody see my screen?
Yeah, we can see, Colin.
Thank you, Duncan. Just put this down here. Minimize that, don't want to close it, close it there. Right, okay, here we go. Okay, so welcome everybody. 50/50 crowdfunding. Before I talk about 50/50 crowdfunding, the platform in particular, I must talk firstly about the industry of crowdfunding, because this is something that I knew very little about up to 4 months ago. So what I've done is I've firstly put together just a handful of main platforms that are big in this space, the crowdfunding space. Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Just Giving, GoFundMe. You may well have seen at least one of these companies before. I personally had used Just Giving. I donated to friends that had done half marathons in the past that were raising money for a certain charity or other. I've also used GoFundMe as well, where individuals have put their own cause, which is their own reason for fundraising, onto that platform of GoFundMe, and they've received donations. I've been happy to send a donation. And when I look more closely at these donations at GoFundMe, how the system works, it's astonishing. Here's an example. We all know who this gentleman is. Now, this fundraising campaign was put together by somebody, and after 3 days of putting this on GoFundMe, as you can see, they raised $7.3 million after 3 days. And that is people that are donating like $25, $20, $50. That's from people all over the globe that have resonated with what he's trying to do here, and they are prepared to send him a donation to help him do what he wants to do. Whether you believe in what he's doing or not doesn't make a difference. The point is this: $7 million was raised in 3 days. It'd be interesting if anybody's got the time to go on to GoFundMe, go to We the People Will Fund the Wall, and tell me what that figure is today and how many days that's been running. Because after 3 days, it's 7 million. That's incredible. What's also incredible is that 959,000 times at the time of this slide, this cause has been shared across the globe through social media, through Facebook, through Twitter. So what I'm trying to demonstrate here is the power of social media. The way we are as a community, people all working together for whatever the cause is. So what I'm trying to demonstrate is the power of people helping people. That's all I'm trying to show here. That is crowdfunding. It's a crowd that are funding together, working together. Now that's okay, that's a politician, but what about everyday people? Now this is a young lady that I personally know. She's a rhythmic gymnast from Birmingham. She represents England in rhythmic gymnastics. She qualified to represent England in the Commonwealth Games in Australia. Now, she'd done all the hard work to get herself qualified, but in reality, it's an amateur sport. She couldn't afford to get to Australia. So she set up her own GoFundMe page, which anybody can do, by the way. Set up her own GoFundMe page. She told her story of how she's qualified to represent England in Australia, but she can't afford to get there. So people have been willing to donate to her to help her get herself, to follow her dream and get herself over to Australia to represent England. As it says, she in 11 months, she had help from 38 people and she raised £2,000. That is incredible. Her story was shared 446 times on social media, through the likes of Facebook, through the likes of Twitter. Now, you will have people tell you that crowdfunding is illegal. If this was illegal, this would not be happening like I'm sharing with you now, because this is happening across the globe. When people tell you it's illegal, what I honestly would tell you is go and do your own research. A great place to start would be somewhere like Wikipedia. See what they say about crowdfunding. See what they say about the growth of crowdfunding. What you'll see that in the last 3 months alone, it has grown by $34 billion. That's huge in the last 3 years. So what I'm sharing with you is an industry that is on the that really is growing at a fast rate. I think the figures are 160% a year or something like that. It's crazy growth. So by being involved in this now, you're sitting in front of a massive wave that is happening across the globe. Another key indicator of how big crowdfunding is becoming is when you get a platform such as PayPal, which is a major global payment processor, now be involved in crowdfunding. That is a key indicator that we are on the right track. Another well-known platform that most people on here, I'm assuming, will recognize is Facebook. Facebook has its own fundraising platform within Facebook. And again, I urge you after this call to go onto Facebook, type in the word fundraiser, you'll see this page. And this is a page that any member of Facebook can set up and use to fundraise for their own personal cause. It says there, create a fundraiser for yourself or for someone else. If you scroll to the bottom of this page, you'll see a big blue button that says, raise money for a personal cause. So I'm not talking about raising money for a charity. I'm talking about anybody could raise money for their own personal cause. It could be to get yourself out of debt. It could be to pay off those credit card bills. It could be to get the money back that you spent at Christmas. Because a lot of people have got themselves into debt for Christmas. And here we are in January. People are panicking because the bill is about to land on a mat. What I'm going to share with you today with crowdfunding is it's a way that somebody can get results very, very quickly. Now, that hopefully has given you a bit of background as to how big crowdfunding actually is. What I want to talk about now is a specific platform called 50/50 crowdfunding. This is a platform that has only been around a very short space of time, but already it's made major waves across the globe. The CEO of 50/50 crowdfunding is David T. Rosen. He's a Canadian, a forerunner and an expert in the crowdfunding space. He's been around this industry a long, long time. In fact, he founded a similar platform to what I'm sharing with you today back in 2002. That platform from 2002 is still running today. That platform has nearly 680,000 members. On that platform, they've generated nearly $1 billion in donations. I think it's 800,000 is where they're at. Nearly $1 billion in donations between member to member. And that is crucial. This member to member part means it's person to person. And not 1 cent of that nearly $1 billion has gone through the company that he founded in 2002. So what this tells me is that David T. Rosen knows what he's doing in this space. Back in October of 2018, he launched 50/50 crowdfunding. Now, as I say, it's less than 4 months old. When I saw this platform at the end of October, there were roughly 500 people that were involved in 50/50 crowdfunding. Now, I heard last night from David himself, the CEO, we currently have over 25,000 active members in 50/50 crowdfunding. In the first 3.5 months, 25,000 active members that are donating funds from one person to another. Huge growth, huge global growth. So what I'm trying to get across to people here is that you are seeing this in its very early stages. And I'm sure it's going to change quite a bit as time goes on, but we're all seeing it very, very early. What I want to do now is just run into a bit more detail how this actually works and why it's different to the first lot of crowdfunding platforms I first shared with you. 50/50 crowdfunding is the world's first crowdfunding system that allows you to receive half of everything that happens in your donation center. I'll explain how a donation center works as we go along. It's based on the world famous Mobius Loop and System G technology, which is the most successful 2x2 Follow Me donation center in history. This Mobius Loop is basically software that David owns. This software means that it becomes very, very fair for everybody that's involved in 50/50, whether you start today in January of 2018 or you see this in 12 months' time. The opportunity for everybody is exactly the same. And being only a 2x2 means it's it's 2 people who get 2 people. If anybody on the call has any experience of network marketing, which this is not, by the way, but if you have any experience of network marketing, you may well have seen a similar looking system, as in a 2x2 force matrix. Let me tell you now, they are very, very different. In a force matrix, you'll know that if you get in early at the top of a force matrix, happy days, you're going to do very, very well because everybody donates and it goes up to you. The problem with that situation is when you come in later on, the people coming to the bottom, they lose out. It doesn't work. The difference here, because of the software, this Mobius Loop, is that people, once they've received their donations in their donation center and they want to do it again, they'll come back in underneath somebody else that may well have only just started. This is crucial. This makes this very, very different to everything else that is out there right now. Now, being only a 2x2 Follow Me donation center, 2 people who get 2 people, very small team of people, it means that you're likely within the system to get help from people above you within the system, and you're likely to get help from people below you in the system because the system is so small. It's a 2x2. And this is all done in real time. This can happen within seconds of you registering. It could take days, it could take months. But it's done in real time, so it could happen very, very quickly. Now, my background, as I say, is in network marketing. And all the things I've done in the past, it's always been the situation where I would have to give my hard-earned money to a company to buy a product at wholesale, and then I'd go and sell it at retail to make a profit. Or more recently, in cryptocurrency, I would give a company my hard-earned Bitcoin. They would promise to give me back my Bitcoin plus profit. That was always the way. What we have here with 50/50 is a peer-to-peer team crowdfunding system. Peer-to-peer basically means person-to-person crowdfunding system. What that means is that when I send a donation to somebody within this system, that donation goes directly from my bank account directly to the person's bank account, or directly from my PayPal account directly to somebody else's PayPal account, or my Bitcoin wallet directly to somebody else's Bitcoin wallet, person to person. Every donation I receive, 100% of the donation that's coming to me would come directly to my bank account, would come directly to my PayPal account, or would come directly to my Bitcoin wallet. Not 1 cent of that donation would go through the company, 50/50. That makes this very, very powerful. That keeps us actually in control of the donations we send and of the donations that we receive. So the question is, well, why would David at 50/50 crowdfunding do that? What would he get out of that? Well, firstly, David or 50/50 crowdfunding provides us with an easy-to-navigate, totally automated dashboard or website. Now, this website quite simply shows us exactly who we need to donate to, and it will let us know exactly who is going to donate to us. All done in real time, all done second by second. Now for that service, we would pay a license fee to 50/50. That license fee is $29 for the main platform for 6 months, which is roughly $6 a month. This is how this platform started in the beginning. What David has realized is that there are parts of the world where this platform is just too high for people to get into. So he actually brought out a lower platform. So we now have 2 platforms. The lower platform is a $19 license for that platform. That $19 lasts for 6 months. Again, that works out at about $3 per month to run your own crowdfunding system. $3 a month for 6 months. Because I have a background in network marketing, I know that when you're dealing with people, in order for it to be successful, it has to be simple. Now, again, this is not network marketing at all, but it is a crowd of people. So it does need to follow some of the same principles that you're going to get in any network marketing company. That's when you're dealing with people. So again, it has 3 simple steps, which makes it profitable. Step number 1 is that somebody would register with the company. They would pay for their license so they can use the website for 6 months. Whether they pay the main license, which is $29, or they start on the lower license of $19. They would pay their license. Then they want to become an active donor straight away. The system would tell them exactly who to donate to. On the main platform, the lowest donation is $250. That $250 will be split between 2 people. Once you send a donation to 2 people at that platform, you are then classed as an active donor. At the lower platform, again, you would register. If you prefer the lower platform, which is $19 for 6 months, $3 a month. And the lowest donation on that platform is $25. That $25 is split between 2 people. Once you've sent that donation to those 2 people, you are then classed again as an active donor. That is step 1 completed. Step 2, your role then is to find 2 people who would also like to become active donors like you. So they would also register with the company. They'll spend their $29 or their $19. They are then looking to become an active donor straight away by donating to 2 people within the system. That is step number 2. A crucial step, by the way. Step number 2 is crucial. You're looking to say, right, who do I know that would like to receive donations from across the globe to pay for anything that they wish to pay for? Who can I help? Who do I know that would like to receive? That is step number 2. Step number 3 is you want to help those 2 people do what you've just done. It doesn't get any more difficult than that. So your first person and your second person were looking to bring in their 2 people. That, folks, is a 2x2 Follow Me donation center. And there you are at the top of your donation center. And as the company is called 50/50, you at the top of your donation center, you receive 50% of everything that happens within that donation center. Now, I'm going to talk about that in a bit more detail now, so hopefully that will make a bit more sense. As I've just said, 50% always goes to you because you are the head of your donation center. Within 50/50 crowdfunding, we have 8 different donation levels. We have the lower levels, which are in blue, the 25, the 50, and the 150. That's the $19 level platform. Then we have the main platform, which is the 250, the 500, the 1,000, 2,000, and 4,000. I personally started on the $250 platform. And when I first saw this, I assumed, oh dear, now I've got to find $500. Now I've got to find $1,000, $2,000, $4,000. It was quickly pointed out to me that no, I don't. You can move up the levels once you receive donations on your current level. Use the donations that you receive to move yourself up to a higher level. So that's exactly what I did. And I'll show that in a bit more detail now, starting from the $250 level. So there you are at $250 level. You've already donated $250 between 2 people. So it's $125 to one person and $125 to another person. You are now an active donor. You have 6 spots in your donation center, you are now eligible to receive 6 donations within that donation center of $125. That's a total of $750. Once you've received the maximum $750, you could go, thank you very much, that's just enough to pay my bills that I want to pay, and not do anything else and walk away. Happy days. Or you might go, well, that was good, I want to do that again. So you've got $750 in your bank account, in your PayPal account, in your Bitcoin wallet. There's no withdrawing going on here. It's already in your possession. You can then go, I'd like to donate again $250 to 2 people in the system and do the whole thing again. So I'm eligible to receive another 6 donations in a brand new donation center. Oh, by the way, your donation center, once you've completed, you will then start a brand new one following your sponsor underneath somebody else and helping somebody that you'll fall underneath. This is where it becomes a very fair system. This is where the Morbius loop kicks in. So once you start your brand new donation center, you've still got $500 left because you spent of your $750, $250 at level 4 again to do that all over again. So you can receive another $750. That original $500 you could spend anywhere. Well, the smart thing to do with that is to use that to get yourself into level 5, which is what I personally did. So when I go into level 5, I'm instructed that I need to donate $500 between 2 people. So I'd send $250 to one person, and I send $250 to another person. I am then I'm then classed as an active donor on level 5. Bear in mind that level 4 is also still running independently, completely separately. So at level 5, once I've donated, I'm then eligible to receive 6 donations of $250. That's $1,500. Happy days. Once I've received my full 6 donations of $1,500, I could walk away and receive both of those donations, and that could be the end of it. Or I might go, well, that's good, I'd like to do that again. So my $1,500, I put $500 back into level 5 again and donate $250 to 2 people. I'm then eligible to receive another 6 donations again, of 6 donations of $250. That's another $1,500. And again, I've still got $1,000 left. The smart thing to do with that is to use that to get myself into level 6. At level 6, if you could mute your mic, please. Sega Misty, if you could mute your mic, that would be fantastic. So at level 6, $1,000. I would donate that between 2 people. I'll send $500 to one person, $500 to another person. I'm then active. I'm then eligible to receive 6 donations of $500. That's a massive $3,000. This is getting very serious now. Once you receive all your donations at this level, and all these levels are independent, I've got a choice. It would make sense to use some of that $3,000 to get myself into level 7, and the same at level 8. Now, level 8, this is the highest level. This is the $4,000 level. And remember, I only ever spent $250 out of pocket. At the $4,000 level, I would send $2,000 to one person, and I send $2,000 to another person. I'm then eligible to receive 6 donations of $2,000. Now, can you imagine receiving a donation of $2,000? Would that make a difference to you today? I would suggest it would for most people. Every single level I'm sharing with you here works independently. All of these can work at the same time. Even on the lower levels of $25, if these levels are too high, somebody could start on the lower platform of $19 for the license for 6 months, $3 a month. They would donate $25 between 2 people, $12.50 to one person, $12.50 to another person. They're then eligible to receive 6 donations of $12.50. $75 would then come back into their bank account, their PayPal account, or their Bitcoin wallet. With that $75, it would make sense. If it was me, I'd put 25 back into level 1 again, and I'd put 50 into level 2. So now I'm moving up the ladder all the way to the top. Very, very simple. I'm going to finish off now with a quick animation showing you how the donations would flow. So there you are at the top of your donation center. You've already, this is on the 250 level, you've already donated $250 to 2 people in the system. You've just introduced your first person. They have registered with the company. They've sent $29 to 50/50. They are now ready to donate their $250 between two people. Half of that $250 goes to you because this is your donation center. The other half goes to somebody above you. Number one is now an active donor. Number two registers. They will do the same thing. They will send a donation to you of $125, and $125 would go above you. Now there you are at the top of your donation center. You've already received 2 donations of $125. That's $250. You've just got back what you donated in the first place. Happy days. Number one will want to do the same thing because he knows that he has to go. His second step is to find his 2 people, his 2 active people. His first person then donates to him, and the other half of the donation will go up to you because this is your donation center. Number 2 gets his first person involved. He receives a donation of $125, and $125 would float up to you. Number 2 brings on his second person. He receives his second donation of $125, and $125 flows up to you. Now, number 2 has received his second donation of $125. He's just got back his $250 that he donated in the first place. He's a happy chappy. Number 1 has now brought on his second person. He'll receive a donation of $125, and because this is your donation center, the other $125 would float up to you. There you are, folks. You've now received 6 donations of $125. That's $750. That is your completed donation center. It's 2 people who get 2 people. It is no more difficult than that. Now, again, you could walk away and go, thank you very much, $750, and use that for whatever reason you want. Or you might go, well, I'd like to do that again. Now, what would happen there is that you, at the top of your donation center, you would start again by donating to 2 people. You would then have a brand new donation center underneath somebody else, and that would all start all over again. And your number 1 and your number 2 would also follow you once they complete their donation center. The way these donations flow works exactly the same for every single level, whether it's the $25 level or whether it's the $4,000 level. If this was the $4,000 level, all of these donations would be $2,000. Everything else works exactly the same. So, folks, there is no more to this platform. It is as simple as that. It's quite simply peer-to-peer donations from person to person. Very clever system. What I suggest, if this makes sense to you, please get back to the person that's introduced you to this today. Ask them for their link so you can see the 8-minute video. This is the same video that I saw back in October. It's the same video that got me started personally. So I'll now stop sharing, and we can have a conversation. I can answer some more questions. Okay, welcome everybody. A few more people on here now. Okay, so usually it's just the usual questions that I get, so I'm going to run through some of those now. The first question I always get is to do with the legality. Is crowdfunding legal? Is 50-50 legal? Well, hopefully from the beginning of the slides, you can see that crowdfunding is massive. It's something that is not going to go away. It's needed by the globe. It's needed by people all over the globe. First thing that people need to understand is there are different types of crowdfunding. What I'm talking about today is called peer-to-peer. And peer-to-peer crowdfunding does not need any type of license. I am able to send a donation to anybody across the globe from my bank account directly to their bank account, legally. I'm able to receive a donation from anybody across the globe from their bank account straight to my bank account. All totally legal. It's legal in 7 continents across the globe. So when people say to you, well, it's illegal, just know, actually, you're wrong. It's actually legal. And then another story on that score is that one of my upline, who's Duncan, who's here today, when he saw this, he went to see his solicitor and said, can you tell me, is this peer-to-peer crowdfunding system legal or not? Well, he asked him, first of all, is crowdfunding legal? And his solicitor said, well, what type of crowdfunding is it? And he explained it's peer-to-peer. And he told him straight away, well, actually, peer-to-peer is legal, but I'll go away and I'll get you the documentation to prove it to you. So he went away, and being a solicitor, he came back with the documentation, showing us the different types of crowdfunding that there are. All of this, actually, is within our Facebook group. So if anybody wants that documentation, it's in the files section in our Facebook group. So be proud that, yes, peer-to-peer crowdfunding is most definitely legal across the globe. What makes it legal is that the company does not hold any part of that donation. Everything that we do goes from person to person. If we had to send our donation to the company, it then becomes not legal across the globe. It will then need a license to hold that money. Very important. That's the first question I get asked all the time. Another question is this multi-level marketing? Well, 100% no, it's not. There are no commissions being made here by anybody. Nobody earns any commissions at all. People will send donations. People will receive donations. You have to send a donation to receive a donation. We only do 3 things here. We give, we share, and we receive. We give, which means we give a donation. It's not an investment. You are giving somebody a donation. When you give that donation, it's gone. Same as if you gave somebody a donation in Just Giving. Same as if you gave somebody a donation in GoFundMe. When you give a donation, donation's gone. Same here. The difference here is that because you are an active donor, you are able to receive donations within the system at every single level. And what I didn't say when I showed the slides is that you don't have to start on just one level. You can start on all 8 levels if you wish. You can start on 3 or 4 levels, but you have to be in the lower levels as well. You can't just go straight to the highest levels. So it makes it very fair for everybody. Another major question I get is, do I need to introduce anybody? Well, I will sit here and I'll tell you most definitely, yes, you do. If you want to actually receive donations continually, you need to be sharing this with at least 2 people. Now, I know from my own background of multi-level marketing, I was able to introduce lots of people into lots of different businesses, but the facts are that the majority of people can't introduce people. In fact, the average that people do in network marketing is 2 people. What I love about this system is that you only ever need to share this with 2 people at any level. And the nice thing is there's no time frame to do that either. But obviously it's better to do it as fast as possible. And like I said in the beginning, what I did was I got people together, let them all see it at the same time, they'll make a decision. Happy days, you're up and running very fast. So if you're doing it person to person, it's going to take longer. So that's the main questions I get asked. I can't think of any other questions. If anybody's got a question that you'd like to ask, feel free to unmute your mic. Let's have a quick conversation, see if we can answer any questions for anybody. If you don't want to chat, that's also okay. Just write your question in the chat. I'm sure somebody can read it out and I'll do my best to answer it. So has anybody got any questions?
Yes, Colin.
Hi, Christine. Hi, Christine. Where are you, Christine? Where are you in the world?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm very well. Where are you, Christine, in the world?
In Kent. I live in Kent and I'm in
Kent. Kent in the UK. Fantastic.
Yeah, in UK, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I always ask my big question is with this one. Yeah, I know you come in, you give a donation, yeah?
Yeah.
And the platform you pay for is 6 months?
Yep.
All right. If you fail to introduce the 2 people, maybe you get on 1 person. So that means you've given your donation to 2 people, but you fail to get, and the 6 months expires. So what do? You lost, you've already given your donation. You're already an active member, but you haven't got any other person to introduce, and the 6 months expires. So what do you do then?
Okay, great question. Thank you, Christine. Great question. Well, firstly, what you've just said is that you've registered, you've given your donation to 2 people, so you are an active donor.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, depending on your upline, depending on where you're placed within the system, you might have an active upline. And it's possible you're likely, because as I said on the presentation, it's only a 2x2 donation center, you're likely to get help from above. So what that means is because it's only a small 2x2, that if you've got an active upline, they may well put somebody underneath you automatically through the system. So when somebody falls underneath you, they have to donate to you because you're just above them. Okay, so that's the good thing. So it means that you will start to receive donations from people that you don't know. Okay, that's possible. It's not guaranteed. to you?
That's my question, because like the group I fall in, I always say they have introduced people and I donated to people, but nobody has ever donated to me.
Okay, so again, it depends
2
on.
months and a half.
Yeah, it just depends on your upline. Depends on the business. It's not even a business. It depends on the activity that's going on around you. If you have an active upline, then you will get donation, and there's no time frame to this. Don't forget, and we are less than 4 months old, so you've still got time to start to receive donations. But what I would highly suggest is don't wait to receive donations from people that you don't know. Do your best, like I did. I knew from the video that this is fantastic. I need to share this, which is step number 2. Share it with as many people as I can. So I got people together and I just asked them the question. If I could show you a way that you could receive more money today, would you be interested? They're going to go yes or no. What is it? Then I don't explain it to them. I say, I've got an 8-minute video that explains it. How soon can you watch it? They will tell you. Another way to think of this is, have you ever seen a really good film? And have you told anybody about that really good film? What I suggest to you now, that you have an 8-minute video, which is a really good film. So you want to get as many people to see that film as possible. But you need to qualify them first of all. So you have to ask them a question. If I share with you, well, are you interested in making some really big money really quick? Would it help you? Anything like that. So they say, yes, tell me more. And then you send your video to them. And then you say, I must follow up to find out what you think afterwards. Because there's no point sending a video and they're not speaking to them. You want to just follow them up once you know they've seen it. If they haven't got the time to watch it, then you haven't got the time to follow them up. Because this is too special. As you'll see, when you start to receive donations from across the globe, when you've got people contacting you saying, I've just sent you a donation, it feels good. Now, if you've ever given anybody a donation through any platform, you know it's a good feeling. Here, it's a good feeling to give a donation. It's even better feeling to receive a donation. So what would happen if you, after 6 months, because this is your question, you haven't managed to find 6 people?
And you haven't got a donation from anybody?
Well, if you haven't received a donation, that means that nothing's happening around you. Now, remember, there is no time frame to this. So you have a decision to make in 6 months' time. Do I want to spend another $19 for another 6 months license, or $29 for 6 months license, or not? What I would suggest is don't put yourself under pressure. For the sake of $3 a month or $6 a month is 100% worth you doing that again. You wouldn't have to donate again. You just increase your license. You just buy another license. Does that make sense? And in that time, if you follow what I'm saying today, as in you ask the question to anybody that you know, because here we are now in January, right after Christmas, do you know anybody that is actually hurting financially because of Christmas? Do you know anybody that could do with receiving money, donations from across the globe? Would that help them? If the answer is yes, you need to share that video with them. They need to watch it. And we'll have more videos. I'm hoping we'll have more videos very, very soon. More slicker, more better videos coming soon. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sort of. Sort of. I'm not satisfied yet. Yeah, but I mean, I already had an active donor, so there's nothing I can do. But I see myself as a loser in a way, because
right. One second.
My upline is failing to help me with the people who are joining, so I don't know.
1 second. What I'm going to say to you first of all is that step number 1 is to become an active donor, which you've done.
Yep.
Step number 2 is you need to share this with 2 people. That you have not done. Okay?
I've done it, but it's I mean, people have a different way of understanding or consumption. When you tell them, they say, oh no, that's a scam, or no, I've not time to listen, or I can't watch the video. I've tried to share, I've tried to talk to people.
Okay.
I've tried to ask my applying to talk to some of the people, but they all say, "Oh, okay, I'll see, I'll join," but they don't, they don't. So,
oops. Okay, what I mean by share.
And I always try to listen, whenever
that's
I have the meeting. But
what I mean by share is that you actually have two people that also want to become active donors. The actual sharing happens all the time, but when I say share, I mean two people have actually joined. That's what we need to do. So all I would say is go back to the basics of asking the first question. If I could show you how to receive funds into your bank account today, would you be interested? If they say no, or they think it's a scam, that's okay, because at least they know what you're doing. Now, if you're telling me that you spoke to everybody that you know, I would sit here and tell you, no, you haven't.
Yeah, I have. I have spoken to like everybody I know who could join, but they are not. They are not doing that. I mean, everybody they see it differently, and they keep asking me, "Have you got anything?" I said, "No, I haven't received anything, but I've given because I joined on the 250 and the 500."
Well done. So, good move.
Yeah, so I it's like I've given the 202 people and 125 to 2 people.
Okay.
But since I haven't gotten anything from the the lower donation or the higher donation. So I don't know that my upline is not the one who is, because the people I gave, they should also be introducing people, and I should be at least receiving something.
Okay, Christine, what I suggest is that you haven't spoken to everybody yet. Now, to help you understand this, you need to go into our Facebook group. My sponsor has put in the file section a file there. I think it's called what to say and what not to say. This will help you know exactly how to build this, how to talk to people about this. And I guarantee you, he'll give you examples of people that you know. You think, oh, I haven't spoken to them. Oh, I haven't spoken to them. There'll be lots of people that you have not spoken to yet because you're only talking to people you think would be interested. Okay? So when you go onto our Facebook group, definitely have a look at that file section. I think it's going to really help you. But what you said already, you're in the 250, you're in the 500, you're in a good place.
Christine, it's
okay,
Duncan.
Fingers crossed.
Christine.
Yep.
It's Duncan here. Just to let you know as well, there was a video there on how to do your list, which most people say they've done a list. I know most people haven't because I didn't for years. So well worth watching.
All right, I'll try. Thank you.
Thanks, Christine. Great questions. Great question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
No problem. I hope I've helped. Any other questions on there? Wow, Christine answered all the questions asked all the questions for everybody. Anybody got a question? Everybody happy with everything that's going on?
Colin.
Hi, Adrian.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember yesterday, I think what's her name, Dorcas or someone asked a question in the Facebook group. I thought she would ask again because she's here, but she didn't ask. So I don't know if you remember the question.
I have lots of questions. Do you want to ask me the question on here now? And I'll see if I can answer it right now.
Let me try and go back and see what it was.
I have lots of questions every day, mate. I can't really remember.
I'm there actually. Just hold on. Give me a few seconds.
Anybody else got a question while Adrian looks for that?
Yes, Colin. It's Jim here again. Colin.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, mate. Was there any updates on the call last night that you can share with us?
I've only listened to it twice so far. But what David was saying is that in the last 3 weeks, he's in the process of bringing out a new website. Let me just he's in the process of bringing out this new website, but he's got to put it all together. So he hasn't quite completed that yet. He spoke about the credit card processor. He didn't want to give a time because these people let him down. He can't give a time because then if it doesn't happen, it's a problem. He's saying it's going to happen very soon. He spoke about a solution for donations that will be a lot stronger as well, all in one place. So there's lots of stuff he said there. The languages, we're going to have lots of different languages on the websites again. On the new websites, he's going to have to put it on the old website because a lot of people are demanding that we need more languages. There are people all over the globe that are involved that need to know. So, so we're going to have more languages added anytime now. It could well be on there already for all I know. That really is it. He's bringing out, as part of the 50/50 family, he's going to bring out a new, another program within it that we can add on to what we're doing. So we'll see what that is when that comes along. It sounds like he's very busy down in South America at the moment, trying to put all this together. That really was it, really, Jim. Any other questions?
Yeah, Colin, I got the question here.
Thanks, mate. Go for it. Let's see if we can answer this.
He says, please, I need explanations on this one. After receiving 6 donations of $125, I repeat, after receiving 6 donations of $250, I repeat, in all the levels, am I repeating only the first level of $125?
Great. Okay. Is that the question?
That's the question, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, now what that is that lady or gentleman there, they have received 6 donations from people that they don't know. They haven't personally introduced them. Mute everybody for a second. If you want to talk in a minute, you can just unmute yourself. So that person has received 6 donations at the $125 at the $250 level. So she received 6 times $125, $750. But out of that, she hasn't personally introduced anybody. So what's happened is someone has fell underneath her from her active upline, and the people underneath her have been active and they've also got going as well. So she's been fortunate to receive 6 donations without doing anything. That can happen if you're lucky enough. Now, which is very fair from 50/50 to let you actually become an active donor and receive 6 donations and you've done nothing. You haven't brought anybody in. Now, you can do that one time on every single level. If you're an active donor on that level, you are eligible to receive 6 donations at that level. You could say, right, I want to come in at the very highest level. You send your donations at that highest level, you are eligible to receive 6 donations of $2,000, $12,000. But you won't be able to receive it again unless you've personally referred 2 people at that level. So if you receive 6 donations at that level and you haven't referred to, what will happen is that when your first person you introduce, they will actually, that donation will float past you to your person above you because you're not qualified to receive it. That's the first person. When the second person comes in, you're now qualified to receive donations. So you will then start to receive the donations at that level. Hope that makes sense. So quite simply, you have to be active to continue to receive donations on every single level. Now, you could go from the lowest level to the highest level with only introducing 2 people. 2 people could follow you through every single level. 2 people, you could do this for within 16 days as well, with a bit of focus and a bit of teamwork. 2 people, you start one day, tomorrow you bring in 2 people, the day after they bring in their 2 people, you've got 4 people, you've now received 6 donations at that level. You can use those donations to get yourself onto the next level. You keep doing that every 2 days, you would be at the highest level after 16 days. Very difficult to do in reality, but that is the mathematics of how this could actually work. Hopefully that's answered that, Adrian. So that person has not actually brought anybody in personally. That's what that is.
Yeah, I thought maybe what she meant was, do you have to cycle every time you fill up your 6 on every level? And
okay, once you've completed your 6 donations, you've received 6 donations, to cycle means you want to start it again. You want to do it again. Now, again, it's your choice if you want to do it again or not. You could say, oh, no, thank you. I'm happy with what I've got, and you'll move on. If you want to do it again, you would cycle, which means you would do it again. You would donate to 2 people again, and you do the whole thing again. That is what we call a cycle.
Thanks, Colin. I think that's
Cheers.
Hopefully she's okay with it.
Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, mate. Any other questions? Fantastic. Thanks for sharing the time with me this morning. Where are we today? Wednesday. We have a call by Duncan tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. UK time. And then we have a big call on Sunday at 8 p.m. UK time. Thanks for taking the time to be on call with me today. It was quite a late night last night. Very exciting stuff happening. Be in touch with your sponsor. Find out what's going on. If you need any questions directly, come back to me within Facebook. We have a Facebook group where we help each other. Simple as that. So thank you all for your time. See you on the next call. Bye for now.
Thanks, Colin.
Thanks, Colin.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.